Right guys, I recently came across some new lipsticks from L'Oreal. These are the Color Riche Blurred Matte Lipsticks. And when I came across them, I was like, that sounds incredibly similar to another type of lipstick that's been popping off all over online, TikTok, Instagram, etc. And they are the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks, and I was like, you know what, I wonder if the formulas are any similar, and I wonder if we can find any dupe shades. Funnily, I did pick up the L'Oreal ones before I picked up the MAC ones. When I bought the MAC lipsticks, I did buy these shades with the two L'Oreal shades that I'd already picked up in mind. So let's see how close of a dupe these are. Let's start with the L'Oreal shade first. So this is the Blurred Matte lipstick in the shade 560 Rosewood. These have such a silky kind of a silicone-y almost type of a feel. The idea is that you're supposed to be able to apply these full pigment but also kind of blur them out, and the MAC ones are also of a similar kind of a formula, similar idea. This is the MAC Powder Kiss Hazy Matte Lipstick, and I picked up the shade Marrakeshmere, and let's swatch that right next to Rosewood. Oh, okay. I don't think these are much of a shade dupe because the L'Oreal one is definitely more cool toned than the MAC one, but the formula feels incredibly similar. Again, that kind of silicone-y, silky feel. I would say that the MAC one feels a little more slippy than the L'Oreal one. Just going to reapply the L'Oreal one. Okay. They feel incredibly similar on the hand. Let me just reapply MAC. Yeah, I would say the MAC one feels slightly more slippy than the L'Oreal one, but just ever so slightly. Now on the lips, I'm going to apply L'Oreal to my left side, because sometimes even if the swatches appear slightly different on the lips, they can look incredibly similar. I do love the shade that I picked up in the L'Oreal one, very cool toned. Let's apply the MAC Marrakeshmere shade on my right side. Okay, yeah, instantly it is warmer. Formula feels very similar. Yeah, like rubbing my lips together, the formulas feel so incredibly similar. So here we have the L'Oreal Blurred Matte Lipstick in the shade Rosewood on this side, and then we've got MAC Powder Kiss Hazy Matte on the left. MAC Marrakeshmere is definitely more warm toned than the L'Oreal one, but I'm thinking I might take this into Superdrug and see if I can find a dupe for the shade, because the formulas, they literally feel the same. Here's a bit of a close-up. I do love both these shades, and I feel like they're both actually very wearable shades. We've got two red shades as well. So I picked up the shade 300 Le Rouge Paris in the L'Oreal Blurred Matte, and then I also picked up the shade Ruby New in the MAC Powder Kiss Blurred Matte. Let's swatch the L'Oreal one first. Let's do it alongside each other. So here's the L'Oreal one. It's a very blue toned red. And then MAC Ruby New. I think this is a take on their Ruby Woo shade. So again, should be a very blue toned red. That is a closer match than those two, but I feel like the MAC one is slightly pinkier. The L'Oreal one has a slightly more blue tone to it, but it could be very similar on the lips. Right, we're going to do the L'Oreal Color Riche Blurred Matte in Le Rouge Paris, shade 300 on my left side again. So we'll keep drugstore to the left side. I love a good red. I feel like I've gotten out of the routine of wearing reds these days, and I don't know why. I don't know why I ever stopped. Wow, look at that pigment. Gosh, okay. Let's try the MAC Powder Kiss on my right side in Ruby New. Oh, that is so close. Oh my goodness. Okay. When I build up the MAC one on the lip, you can barely tell a difference. This is crazy. I'm just going to have a look sort of close up. Can you guys tell a difference? Because I'm struggling. I feel like the L'Oreal one is a touch more blue toned, but oh my God, this is like, these are incredibly close. Got the L'Oreal Blurred Matte Le Rouge Paris shade on this side, and the MAC Powder Kiss Hazy Matte lipstick on this side in the shade Ruby New. Can you guys tell a difference on my lip? Let me come in closer. There is the hint of a slight difference in the shade, where the MAC one is a hair less blue toned than the L'Oreal one. They are so incredibly close, so similar. And there we are, guys. I think we've pretty much found an alternative or a dupe to the MAC Powder Kiss. Of course, this is like £28, I want to say, and this is drugstore price. Of course, if you don't mind that the L'Oreal one is like a hairline more blue toned, then of course go for the L'Oreal one. The formulas feel so incredibly similar. Like I said, I think the MAC one is like a hair slipperier in comparison to the L'Oreal, but They feel so incredibly similar. On the lips, the finish looks pretty much the same, and these two shades are pretty much the same. I would call these 95% dupes. So yeah, it's just funny that I tried the L'Oreal one before I tried the MAC one, but can you guys tell a difference? And yeah, let me know if you guys want me to try and find a L'Oreal alternative for the Marrakeshmere shade. I can go into stores and have a little swatch and find out if there is a similar shade to the MAC Marrakeshmere shade in the L'Oreal line. But yeah, I mean, those two, you know, one is more cool toned, one is more warm toned, but these reds are incredibly similar and like a 95% dupe, and the 5% is literally because the L'Oreal is like 5% more blue toned. These are so close, so if you don't mind that, I'd say go for the L'Oreal one, because the finish, the feel, and the shades pretty much look the same.